I spent a decade on the streets covering some of the worst humanity has to offer, whether it be war, slavery, drug trafficking. And I realized after a certain amount of time that I was just covering the symptoms of the greater problem, which is our collective madness. And we really need healing on the individual level before anything's going to change when it comes to all the destruction we're seeing in this world. So I decided really, from now on for the rest of my career, I'm going to really attack the core, which is this collective insanity and collective need for healing, whether that be physical healing or healing when it comes to mental health disorders.
There's a lot of talk nowadays about the psychotherapeutic use of psychedelics. We're kind of going through a psychedelic renaissance. It's been a while since the 1960s. These substances have been repressed, but mankind has been using and experimenting with entheogenic or God-facilitating substances for millennia.
So we've got this coming out, and we've looked at other social change movements like gay marriage and gay rights, and it comes from people coming out, because there are loads of smart people that do psychedelics or, talented or emotionally wise, and they just keep it quiet, so people don't really know who in society has had these influences.
And they don't have to keep it quiet either. You could tell people that you went out and drank whiskey until your feet went numb and you shit your pants and no one cares. But if you tell people that you got together with some friends and you took a naturally occurring psychedelic drug and you explored your consciousness and you're so much happier now and you feel better about life and you're more optimistic, if you do that, you're some fucking wacky hippie druggie.
But the truth is that a lot of these psychedelic drugs are actually medicines in natural cultures, and they've been using them to purge trauma. And a lot of these natural cultures who use psychedelics don't know what anxiety and depression are. They don't have words for those because it doesn't exist in their culture because they've been using these medicines for so long. And I really think it's one of the greatest human rights tragedies of this century that the general population does not have access to these life-saving medications. We have to start somewhere, and I think the best way to start is to start educating people, especially through these anecdotes, miraculous anecdotes of people who've been cured. A lot of these natural cultures who use psychedelics don't know what anxiety and depression are. They don't have words for those because it doesn't exist in their culture.
I think about my time with LSD, and I think it does open a door. It opens a new way of seeing the world. It's like obviously a gateway to the highest level. You're accessing a part of the brain that we haven't even really fully investigated yet.
You could navigate that evanescent flux of sensation and perception that Eric Davis says is all we have and all we are, towards places of ecstatic illumination. The idea being that you could grab somebody and give them some high-grade medical cannabis and then lead them on a hike as they listen to the Inception soundtrack, and you could kind of curate awareness. You could steer the emotional direction that people go to.
All this stuff leads you to God, right? LSD should lead you to God. That's one way of doing this, and that's the way mystics have done it since the ages. That's the way Hindus, Buddhism, this is the God consciousness, right?
Effects of these medicines. And so I knew there had to be another way, and I started researching these natural medicines, and that's when a friend of mine introduced me to ayahuasca, and I started reading the research, and I just had to clean my jaw up off the floor. It's like this medicine that's not being allowed to be administered here in the US has profound effects.
We've got this coming out, and we've looked at other social change movements like gay marriage and gay rights, and it comes from people coming out. The research is helping people create a space where they can talk about it.